Whatever. And welcome back to Whatever. I'm Dragon Pat.
I'm Alex Drake.
And today's topic continues along our sequence of time for the Defenders series. For the Daredevil series. We did season 1, we did season 2, and that leads us to season 1 of the Defenders.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we get the tie-in between Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and the Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm.
Overall opinion of the series of the season, I loved it.
Yeah.
This was good.
Mm-hmm.
The interplay and the interaction between those four characters was priceless.
Yeah.
And depending on who you are, you're gonna have different views on each of the characters. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I thought the Iron Fist was a whiner.
Yeah.
I'm the immortal Iron Fist.
And you whine like a baby.
You whine like a little boy.
Half the times I think he should go get lessons on how to be a rich, no parent person.
Yeah, he needs to go talk to Batman.
Yeah.
I'm an orphan. Well, so is Batman. I don't see him crying about it.
And you have a power. You can punch people very good.
Yeah, he's got more power than Batman.
Yeah.
But then Batman's answers, what's my superpower?
I'm rich. His is,
okay.
I have a glowing fist.
I have a glowing fist till I'm rich. But the season was great.
Mm-hmm.
When you see Jessica Jones realizing her attorney, who was hired by her friend, that other firm, the one that she used to work with, that keeps trying to keep her out of trouble, but also would like to control her if they could, hires Murdoch to go out and get her out of trouble. And he goes in, and he does.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't done anything illegal yet.
Nope.
Well, they start this game of cat and mouse between, and it's a really cool game of cat and mouse because you got Jessica Jones playing cat and mouse with Murdoch. You've got Iron Fist playing cat and mouse with Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
They all end up at the same place. Mm-hmm. And they end up working together to basically get out of the building alive.
Yeah.
And without having the Iron Fist captured. Mm-hmm. Because we learned that the Iron Fist, the Hand wants to capture the Iron Fist and use him as a key to unlock a door. I'm not told anything in depth about that. The other thing we learned in this episode, which was like the second or third episode.
Second episode.
Is someone's back. Yep, Elektra Natchios returns as the Black Sky, and she's been basically brainwashed into forgetting her past, but they didn't do a good job.
No.
Meanwhile, Maddie ends up having a fight with her, and during the process, he realizes that's Elektra, which is pretty good considering he's still blind.
Yeah. Half the time people say, "Are you really blind?"
But this season, first season of Defender, I mean, it was great. Mm-hmm. The interactions between those characters, I mean, you want to see it again. You want to see them continuing to interact between each other, to fight things, to go after the bad guys. And this time, they didn't take care of the Hand, per se. Well, not all of it. They had help. Yeah. Elektra Natchios takes out Alexandra. That's the thumb, for lack of a better way. She was the head of the Hand. The Hand, Styx takes out, what's his name?
Yeah.
One of the five. This leaves three of them. Gao, the South American, and
the one,
the Oriental, the Chinese or Japanese guy.
Japanese, because Gao is the Chinese person.
Right. This leaves those three. And by the time the end of the story end of the season coming up, the head of the hand is Nachos.
Yeah.
Because she killed the former boss and said, "Now I'm in charge."
Mm-hmm. And the other hands are now dead.
And then you get the final 2 episodes. Those are worth all the rest of it, because in it, number 1, Foggy brings Matt
The suit.
the suit.
Mm-hmm.
Matt's in jail. He's been found in a warehouse, out cold, and there's several bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Also in jail with him is Jessica Jones and
Luke
Cage, because the Iron Fist has been captured. So, knowing that this is not a good situation, Foggy brings Matt the suit so that he can make sure that when Matt does things as Daredevil, he's seen as Daredevil,
Mm-hmm.
not as Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
In a sense, you start seeing Foggy starting to realize that, well, Matt needs to be the Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Still doesn't like it.
Nope.
And Karen, who at the end of season 2 of Daredevil, knows who the Daredevil is, knows that Matt's Daredevil.
She don't like it one bit.
She don't like it either. Again, all these people don't want Matt to be Matt. They want to make him only be Matt and not be Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt's decided, no, I'm the Daredevil. This is the life I wish to live.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody seems to support this except Elektra.
Mm-hmm.
The ironic thing is, they need Matt to be Daredevil because the only one that truly can keep up with Elektra is him.
Yeah.
You see the difference that although Luke Cage is invulnerable and extremely strong,
Mm-hmm.
and Jessica Jones is extremely strong, they don't do too well against the hand on their own.
No.
I mean, each of those, Matt's taking on 2 of the hand by himself, back and forth, and is holding his own. And when Elektra comes into play, he's the only one that maintains against her.
Mm-hmm.
The others get a blow in here and there, and they do okay, but they're not really her match. The only one that's really her match is Maddie. And again, once again, going back to season 2, where Matt ends the season with Elektra dying in his hands, in his arms. This time they go both face death together in each other's arms.
Mm-hmm.
Because deep inside, nothing's changed between how Elektra feels about Matt or how Matt feels about her.
Mm-hmm.
Overall impression of Daredevil, of the Defenders.
Yeah.
Great show.
Me too.
Loved it. Really want to see more.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted them, when I first watched it, before I got to see season 3 of Daredevil, I was really thinking they've got to find a way to bring them back.
Yeah.
I mean, you need the Double D.
Mm-hmm.
You need Elektra. Now, we're going to go ahead and cover the 3rd season of Daredevil. We're going to do it right here, right now, as a continuation, or the final, let's call it the epilogue of the Defenders. Because part of our problem is Marvel sold out to Disney.
Yeah.
And this happened right after all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that there is probably not going to be another Daredevil. There's probably not going to be any more of the Defenders. Probably no more Jessica Jones or any of the rest of them. Because once again, Disney's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
They're too busy trying to ruin shows. But season 3 was a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he came back, I liked that.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the beginning of the season where he's trying to reacquire his abilities because he's lost part of the hearing in one ear. For a blind man, losing your hearing is not a good thing. For Daredevil, it's horrible. But he slowly gets back to normal. He ends up having to fight it out with the Kingpin, who has re-emerged who has tricked the FBI into letting him out. And the fight that goes on. And again, you have another great fight scene between him and Kingpin at the end. Another... It's just... Overall, it was like... Rewind, repeat.
Yeah.
You didn't get Elektra back. And that I just think is just dead wrong.
Yeah.
You gotta have Elektra. Matt's insisting on only being the Daredevil. Doesn't even try to really contact his friends, except when it comes to a way to, I don't know, use Foggy's lawyer card and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Because Matt's dead. Officially. So, I mean, I was a bit disappointed in the
Yeah.
It really left me wishing we'd have done most of it was just simply flashbacks.
Yeah.
The war between him and Kingpin, again, it was a
repeat.
Rerun, repeat. You needed, I wanted more from this.
Yeah.
And sadly, thanks to Disney, we'll never get more. We'll never get to see Elektra come back, probably. And if she did, she'd probably be changed.
Yeah.
Into some too goody, you know. They'd mess her up. Overall, Defenders worth seeing. Daredevil 3.
At the time, I consider Defenders as your season 3 of Daredevil.
Yeah, it's better off with season 3, but it's overall, Marvel did a good job with the Defenders.
Yes.
Everybody's allowed to have a bad season. Daredevil had his bad season. Take away a lot of appreciation for the whole effort they did. So it's worth your time. It's worth your effort. Go out, rent the seasons. If you haven't seen the Jessica Jones seasons, go see them. She is a unique character. Same thing with Luke Cage, and even my least favorite, Iron Fist. Again, they're worth it. They tie in together. The way they bring them together in the Defenders was fantastic. Overall, good way to spend some time. Tell us what you think. Do you disagree? Do you don't think that Defenders was any good? Did you love season 3? If so, what did you love about it? Talk to us. Let us know what you think. If you enjoyed this show, we will be putting up ways for that you can support the show financially if you want to. Otherwise, the easiest thing you can do, the one that costs you nothing but a little bit of time, and I mean real little bit of time, is like this show. Share it